I'm Keighty.
I'm Liz, and we're not your mommy.
Well, my first question is, Katie Riddell, do you do all the editing yourself?
Yes, I do now. We've gone through different editors, but I actually find, is it easier? No, but I prefer to edit it.
Right. You could do it your way. You have your own spin on things. That is so cool.
Thank you.
I just have to say, I've been listening to you guys since you started.
I remember.
It's like my little hit of feeling like home, that and CBC radio every single day when I'm getting ready. I just have to know about the traffic on the Lionsgate Bridge just in case.
I love it. Katie in Ventura knows about the traffic on Lionsgate Bridge, and Katie in Squamish has no fucking clue.
There's a 3-car pileup off of the Kingsgate Bridge. Is that a bridge anymore? I don't know.
I don't know. You're asking the wrong person again.
Do you get it where when you move out of the city, there are little fragments of your, not imagination, your memory that just goes poof?
Yes.
Gone?
Yes, 100%. But then there's some things that you'll never forget, like what bus you caught to get to work or something.
I like that.
Do you know what I mean? I can remember what I used to tell the taxi driver in Australia to get to my house. I would say turn right, Cooperoo, just off Cavendish Road. What is that? I couldn't even tell you how to get there, but I can tell you how to get there in a cab.
That's cool. And I can totally relate. This is so inappropriate that my mom would make us do this, but I remember a line. My mom would send us to the grocery store with 3 boxes of extra light Players king size, please.
Yeah. There you go. That's exactly it. Yeah, I love that so much. And that was motherhood in the 90s.
Yes. Talking about those two things, how was motherhood? It's been a minute.
Okay,
the last time
I feel I need to really intro you here because you're such a big fucking deal, and we can't just you just went into interviewing me. What the hell is happening here? No, I love it.
We haven't caught up in 5 years.
I know, and truly, this is why we're here. Who cares if there's a microphone and podcast and incredible lighting for both of us? We are here to catch up. But I feel it'd be crazy if I didn't just tell everyone, and I'm sure everyone's already seen because of the title, but founder of Tight Club and Katie's Cafe, Keighty Gallagher is here live from Ventura.
For those who don't know where Ventura is, it's a little coastal town. It's wedged right just north of LA, just south of Santa Barbara. And it's a real awesome, it's not even hidden gem anymore, but it's a lovely little beach town and super happy here.
So I've been calling it Ventura, but it's Ventura.
You just learn the hard way.
Yeah. So I'm learning this way.
This is the way it actually took. I had some friends come to visit, and we had to pull up Ace Ventura Pet Detective to see how they said it. And it was with a hard CH, Ventura.
Okay.
And that's where I felt like I was proving Harrison wrong, that it's actually Ventura. And he's like, whatever, it's Ventura.
Well, I feel
whatever.
Ventura, it's Ventura when you're living there. And because is Ace Ventura from Ventura?
I don't think so.
Okay, so they have nothing to do with each other. Okay.
They have nothing to do with each other. I think it might have something to do with the original name, which is Buenaventura. And you say it that way.
Oh my God. Ventura. Okay, you've lost me. Okay, well, I have to say I have no questions for you in a way that it's I'm going for coffee with you. You would never come with questions for your friends when you sit down for coffee. And that's how I feel. I have so much I want to dive into, but I'm not so what are your top 5 tips for entrepreneurs? So I feel this is going to be such a good convo because of that, because even just the first 5 minutes of us prepping has been amazing.
Should have hit record 5 minutes ago.
I know, that's where the juicy stuff is. But I do feel my brain's been subconsciously prepping for this chat over the last week or so. I've found myself daydreaming in weird nostalgic corners of 2017, or to 2019. I'm just I'm finding myself thinking back to that era of our lives. I feel today is going to be a big chunk of nostalgia and just honoring that time that we had together as entrepreneurs in Vancouver. I feel it's going to be a lot of catching up because we realized before we hit record that the last time you and I had a phone call together was when you first moved to Ventura. And that would have been 5 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. It was technically May of 2021.
Yes. Okay.
And we went on a walk and talk, and we were both, well, I'll speak for myself. I feel like you were having this feeling as well that, like, you know, we're a year into the pandemic, big, big fuck my life kind of time in our life.
Mm-hmm.
I'll speak for myself, and that was, I mean, coming out of the best 3 years of my life, from circa 2017 to 2019 and a half, some of the best times of my life as an entrepreneur, especially in the Vancouver community. There were so many of us doing the coolest stuff. First thing I can think of is, remember that big dinner that we did with
Yes.
Christina Dissler, and we hosted at Tight Club, and it was like us, Kokomo.
It was around this time of year because it was very fall-esque.
Yes. And I remember we all looked really cute. There's a photo of us like piling stuff into somebody's car. It was
No.
very sweet.
I was thinking, like, do I have any photos of you and I together? And like, that might be the only one, which I actually
Yeah.
feel like that's real life. Like, we have no photos together. That makes me happy, to be
Yeah.
honest. Like, in a weird way, I'm like, oh, we were just doing things.
Oh, and talking about doing things, we actually probably do have a photo of us when Ty Haney of Outdoor Voices came, and we hosted that run club that started at Tight Club and we ended at Kokomo.
Wait, I actually removed that from my brain. And when I think of you, like, I really do feel like you kind of came up in that era of fitness with her as well. And it honestly, I guess maybe that's been in my nostalgic brain. I've been thinking about her so much. I literally don't remember that she was ever at Kokomo. And now I do. We got to find that photo.
I'll find it for you.
Because I want to get her on the pod. So maybe I'll just like send her that photo and be like, yo, remember me? I gave you a smoothie.
Can I show you something really quick?
Yeah.
I'm wearing the new tights.
Oh, wait, I'm obsessed. This is the new era of Outdoor Voices.
They're crops or
Cool.
pedal pushers.
It's back to nostalgia. Like, I feel like I am one of the lucky, I struck gold in that. First of all, you're one of the first entrepreneurs I honestly like met in this world. Like, don't come from entrepreneurs. Like, I think it was like, obviously I knew Zach forever from the juice truck, and then you. And that was just from going to Tight Club and getting to know you. And then how lucky am I that I opened up my first ever venture right down the street from you? Like, I just feel like I am so lucky in that I almost got like a masterclass in small business, entrepreneur, grassroots community. Like, the person who was doing it best in our city, I got like a front row seat to. And I got to honestly just like be a part of everything that you were up to. You were so inclusive. And yeah, I feel like so lucky, honestly, that I just got to like be a part of that era with you.
Building those communities where the businesses within an area or like a street like ours, you were just around the corner. When businesses can gel like that, it is magic. It's pure magic. And, I've been kind of out of the game in that sense for a while now. I really wonder if businesses have that level of grassroots synergy that we had. Maybe they still do. I've been out of it, but like, what's it like for you now in the communities that you're in? Like, I think we were young and we were new to the game and we were so into it. We didn't have families or kids. I still don't have kids. Spoiler alert. I am not your mommy. I'm nobody's mommy.
Nobody's anybody's mommy on this pod, so don't worry.
Okay, fine. But is it because that we were so obsessed with our business in the early days that it just made us so much more connected to the other businesses around us? And I think community marketing is also having a moment. I hear it's having a moment again, but I would love to know what you think about that.
Yeah,
is it still
I think
happening?
about this a lot because I wonder, because I feel like I almost feel like 2020, a lot of businesses exited their industries. But I always think about, okay, so now all those spaces, though, now have a whole bunch of other new businesses. Like, Starbucks didn't go into all these small business spaces.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, other small businesses are now in their like second, third year of business. And so I'm like, okay, so there's still like a lot of small business and like all these cute little, I feel like coffee shops are having this like moment and like, all the iced matchas in the world and all these things. And I'm like, am I just not involved in their community stuff, or like are they doing it? And I think that they're like investing a lot more in their like online community and like virality and things like that. But and maybe just like one-to-one connection when they come into their store, but I'm not seeing as much community events. But then again, am I just out of it? Because yeah, you and I, again, we were like, it was like a lightning moment, right? Where a few of us, like Juice Truck included, and a bunch of other people in our community we were all kidless. We literally had nothing else to do but be doing our business. Like that's all we wanted to do.
Yeah.
And our friends were like, we were all friends. We were all just like in it 24/7, but in like a really healthy way. I feel like, well, it had its unhealthy moments, but like, I feel like that was such a moment. And honestly, like once you left and yes, 2020 hit, I kind of removed most of our like community marketing and like
Mhm.
events, but I also don't know if it was also like I had a child in 2022. I moved to Squamish in 2022. Like things were kind of like shifting already in my life. So was it already going to shift? Do you know what I mean? Like I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know what the answer is because I don't so much shifted in my life at the same time as like globally.
Could be a great question for the audience out there to participate in the, I don't know, the comment section. What do you think?
I am curious. Okay, so you say that you think that like there's this resurgence in community marketing happening right now. But I have to
Yes.
say, I don't feel like what you were doing was community marketing. You legit are one of the most authentic community builders I have ever met. And I worked at Lululemon. We were like known for it. And you were real though. But I have to ask you, were you ever like, I don't want to fucking go to this community thing right now and say hi to everyone and like kiss babies?
Um, I remember actually Andrea Barber asking me that question. She's like, "You're going to another thing?" And I'm like, "I don't know, I actually think it's kind of fun." Like most of the time, 90% of the time, I was like having a good time with it.
Okay.
It wasn't up until like having to battle the pandemic was so fucking taxing for someone who you don't really realize how important that the community is that you are a part of and that you've helped build until it's like fully taken away from you or like I guess also it's just completely different. You can't really operate or dance on the same floor that you did before. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I'm being a little vague, but like
Like, are you saying like you loved the community and how like you loved what you
in
had?
the way that we
Yeah.
were doing it. And
Yeah.
then the pandemic hit and it was like, well, if you can't be in person, like it's got to change.
Mm-hmm.
And I really struggled with that change. I would say that sometimes I feel like I failed at truly being successful in that pivot. We did go online and we were really successful with that, like being one of the first fitness studios to transition to online and
Mm-hmm.
you know onboarding the team and building that thing out, but like I just didn't feel authentic to me. It
Mm-hmm.
didn't feel like I was connecting with people. It felt so fake. And like I guess fast forwarding ahead a little bit, when I decided to fully close down Tight Club, honestly, I saw an opportunity for me to run away and hide for a bit. Harrison and I got married during that time, and I'm like, oh my God, here is my out. Here's my out to get out of Vancouver. Like it was super dark and hard for me for a while. And when I came down here, I was like, well, at least I have TC and I'm gonna try my best, but like trying to be an online fitness influencer was so not the way I wanted to run my business. And didn't feel right for me. I still have a hard time doing it. And it's interesting. It's kind of come full circle where going back to I guess you kind of had a little question of like, wait, do you think that community marketing is back?
Oh yeah, sorry.
This all kind of ties in. I do think community marketing is back because I want to do it again.
Yeah. I
Like
love that. I love
I
that.
I actually want to do it again. I want to be around people again, and I've like really put myself out there in a couple of big ways. One being that I'm like I don't meet people in real life when I'm doing the digital stuff, so I decided to become a barista.
I'm so obsessed. I love it so much. And I feel like a lot of people, when they work in the corporate world, they always say, oh, I just want to work in a coffee shop. I just dream of it.
You wouldn't believe how many people tell me that.
Yeah.
They're like, Keighty, I know you. Like, we're the same age. We're almost 40, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Katie's in on the joke. By the way, I am 40 now. So it actually isn't as fun to say.
Is it not?
No, it's just kind of like, well, you're 40. Like anyways,
Well,
Katie's actually not 40 and nowhere close to 40, but I love that you're already practicing it. It's so fun.
you know, the reaction that you get from the young, incredibly talented baristas that I work with, they're all like 23 and I'm 37. But like, if I say I'm like, you guys, like, I'll use either, I'm like almost 40, or I'll say it's been 20 years and they're like, oh,
No, they're like, I'm not even that age. Like, I'm not even 20 years old.
yeah, I was like, oh, it's been 20 years, or almost, yeah, 40. And like, oh, you look so good for
Oh, yeah.
40. I'm like, I'm 37.
That's
Don't you
literally
forget
what
it.
I'm doing it for. I'm doing it for that exact line. I love it. Okay, so wait, I feel like we're getting ahead of ourselves. I want to go back to you leaving Vancouver. Do want to
Okay.
come back to you being a barista, and I do want to come back to you rebuilding and continuing to build your community IRL. Because honestly, I literally haven't talked to you since this moment in your life. I also want to say, I don't think that it's a failure or there's anything wrong with just recognizing like what you're best in the world at and what you want to do. Like, so
Mhm.
everyone's pivoting and doing all this shit. Like, so what? So it doesn't mean that you have to do that. I think what you did was like honor yourself and like what feels good for you. And I think that there's something really important about that. Like, I don't think it's wrong.
In hindsight, I can definitely look back and be like, you can paint it however you want, but
Uh-huh.
when you're in it, when I was in it, I was like purely in fight or flight. I was afraid, I was burnt out. I don't think that I was leading with strength. It was like I
Mm-hmm.
was a scared little rabbit, and like not really, but like fighting for my life. Like Tight Club
Mm-hmm.
was my life. It was my whole identity, and you don't realize how much of yourself is tied to your business when you move away and you legally can't do it anymore. In a way that's complicated, but you have no contacts anymore. Like, shout out to like Kezia and Brie and Lindsay, like the contacts, like the photographers that you work with, the designers you work with, the event people, like everyone who makes up your community are people that you often have worked with. And when you insert yourself into a new environment where you're like, I have skills, but those skills only work when you know people. Like,
Yeah.
it's like all about the relationships. And that's been maybe one of the hardest things about moving to a new small town, is that you are your relationships. And it's hard when you're almost 40 to rebuild all those again. It's very humbling, and it's like a fucked up ego trip. Like, you feel like a loser.
Well, yeah, you were a celebrity in Vancouver. Like, let's be real. And you still are. Like, no joke. When I sometimes till this day, I'll be in an event or somewhere, anywhere. And I'm like, we'll be like, oh, we know each other. And then the person's like, and we'll be like, oh, did you work at Lululemon? Are you from Ladner? And then it's like, oh, no, did you used to go to Tight Club? Boom. Yeah. Almost every time. And then there's always like a 10-minute conversation that follows of like, yeah, like how much we miss Tight Club, all the special things about it. I think you were, yeah, I honestly feel like you were a celebrity. That must have been like really also kind of a mind fuck to leave a place that like was not only just so home, but like everyone knew your name, you know?
Man, this is gonna make me sound so lame, but when I was a little kid, I was like obsessed with being famous. And
Mm.
everyone will say, yeah, you told us this, but like, or at least my family. But it's like a real celebrity would say, it's a blessing and a curse.
Oh my God, I love you. 100%. You know, it's funny because I also like always used to want to be famous. Only in the last
Yes.
year, I swear to God, only since I became basically 40, I'm like, wait, that wouldn't work for me anymore.
I've heard you talk about this before. I love it.
But no, I totally get it. And I also get like, I actually love Squamish because I get to be a little bit more anonymous. So is that how you feel?
Well-
Like, was it nice to just have it? Like, what
Yeah.
you were in
Oh,
burnout?
yeah.
Was it nice to just like literally hide in Ventura?
100%. It was the best. That burnout came with, not only was I burnt out of the constant interaction with people, whether it was as a teacher or like a fitness instructor, dealing with anything. Like I felt like I was starting my ultra marathon and like I had 20 hills I needed to get through. And I was already tired. I woke up with the flu.
Yeah.
So yeah, the anonymity that I got from living in Ventura, where nobody cares, like truly nobody cares. Maybe it's an American thing, but nobody cares that I started a business. Nobody knows about Tight Club.
Two things. When you decide to leave, do you like basically just stop your lease and leave, or do you sell a bit of your business, or like what did that look like?
So what I did, luckily, my lease was actually coming to an end. My first 5-year lease was ending August 1st, 2020. Funny how that works. And in the back of my mind, I was like, like maybe I'll step away, give up my lease. It's the pandemic. Who's going to open another fitness studio in this space? They would be dumb. Within 20 seconds, another girl takes over
By the way,
space.
they still have your like vinyl up, the rainbow vinyl.
I
You
know.
You get
I know.
reports. R.I.P.
That space is so special. My dad built so much of it. He
It
did
was
like
so special.
all the custom woodwork. It was so, it's like your first baby. Logistics of closing down a business. Luckily, I had just my lease was about to end, so I based it off that. I was like, if my lease is ending, like I have to give up my keys at the end of August, then we better start winding things down August 1st. So I didn't sell the business, but I did sell all of the equipment, and I wanted to keep the business to myself because I was going to continue it online. Should I have sold Tight Club? Probably. It was at its peak. Like, yeah.
Is Tight Club TV, it's TCTV, right? Is that something that you still put energy into?
Not since, maybe a spoiler alert, but not since I had my stroke.
Okay, we need to get to that. Okay, we'll add another bookmark to that because I know nothing about that either. Okay, so you don't sell it, you sell it, and I need, like, we can also edit this out if you're not comfortable talking about this, but did you still owe money for your build out?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, you don't have to delete anything.
Okay,
I'm super happy to talk about this. Yeah, so I had taken out a big loan, obviously, in my name to build out the space. There was a tough breakup in the middle of that I had to take out more money to pay him off. So that was fun. So I didn't stop paying. So I closed down the gym September 1st, 2020, and I didn't stop paying off the build out until like April 2023.
Wow. Keighty.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Technically, like TCTV was making money, and so
it just, yeah.
But, it's breaks. There's those moments when you're feeling vulnerable and you're like, and you start thinking about all the shitty things that are happening to you in your life, and and then you think like, yeah, I'm still paying for a space that someone else is using right now. That's super fun. That's a big entrepreneurial lesson. People don't think about that when they.
I'm actually so happy you're sharing that, Keighty, because I feel like entrepreneurialism and opening businesses is like a bit of gambling. And I feel like in the headlines and on podcasts and stuff, we always see like everyone's wins and how much their big like money wins at the casino, but we don't see how many losses they had before that. People are like, oh yeah, that failed. And then I hit gold and I had this amazing thing. But like when you close down a business, they just become one sentence. But it's like, no, but actually, as an entrepreneur, I want to know what happened in that one sentence. Like, yeah, like what did you do with your assets? Like, how did you pay off your debt? Like, how did that actually impact your life as you continued to move forward in your life? I'm so grateful for you sharing like some color behind that one sentence of like, I closed down Type Club in Vancouver.
Yeah.
You know,
I have a lot of feelings about it, and I still do. I'm not over it. I've moved past it, but it's still like hot in there sometimes, you know? It was the biggest thing it's the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life. It was the most expensive thing I've ever done. And it really just teaches you that like nothing is forever. You may think that you're like, cool, I've got savings. I'm like participating in life at a different level than I was, let's say, when I was in my early 20s, almost 20 years ago. And to be honest, I'm right back feel like physically I feel like a 23-year-old. Financially, I also feel like a 23-year-old. And it just goes to show that like nothing lasts forever, no matter how famous or funny.
Okay. Yeah. But is there like lightness in that? And is there some joy and like playfulness and goofiness and like, okay, I get to be 23 again and like I get to start over again?
Yes. And like within the last week, I don't know. Do you remember It's Mary Young?
Yes. Okay. And she just posted that amazing Instagram post.
Yes. And like the first thing that caught my eye and ear was her statement saying like starting over again doesn't mean you're starting at square one or at zero. Like you have all of that experience that you have built up over the past 20 years that you can like stand on. And honestly, it took me freaking 5 years to feel like I can stand with 2 feet firmly on my experience to say I've experienced a ton of shit and I've learned from it, and I am not afraid to take my first step forward, because honestly, up until like 6 weeks ago, the learnings that you get, or the learnings that I've had, have scarred me, and I am afraid to take that first step. I'm like, you know, people are often ask me like, "Oh, you live in Ventura now? Like, do you want to open a gym?" And I'm like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah.
That literally nearly killed me. They're like, "Yeah, but you know what went wrong? Just like don't do that again." And I'm like, "Fuck no."
Do
That's
you
like
know
my
what went
learning.
wrong? Yeah. Okay.
But I literally have been like, it was too hot. It's too hot to touch again. And something has happened in the past 6 months where I'm like feeling a lot more brave, and I'm feeling like the experience that I have experienced, you know, has like hardened. Like the ground is harder, as in less unstable, and I can stand with stability. Now I'm a trainer talk.
Wait, so what, like, I know you say you don't know, but what do you think's changed? Like, do you think it's time has healed? Do you think, something your therapist said? Like, what do you actually think is different now that's giving you this confidence and this like stability?
Well, that is a great question, Keighty. Okay, so one of the things is that I ultimately feel safe to try again. My husband has a job, and not that this is like something that, well, I don't know. I've always been so independent, and anything that I've wanted, I've had to figure it out and get. Um, and it's been really hard for me to accept that kind of care from another person. When I had a stroke 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, and I'll go more into that, but that was really when I had to take a step back from paving my own way and like let my husband, or let the most important people in my life step in for me. I've always had this dream of, actually, here's a nicer way to put it. With Tight Club started of friends coming together once a week. It then evolved into a back alley group in my garage. And then it eventually evolved into this big studio experience. And I relate that to, let's say, a college party. It started off as a house party and it was manageable and fun and fresh and different. And then it grew in, and then like the word got out and the party became a college party. And all of a sudden, everyone started coming and I had to call the cops on it. I had to shut it down.
I love that analogy.
I feel like I feel safe to throw a party again. And this party is not a college party. This is an intimate dinner party, very chic, with gingham tablecloths.
Yellow.
And
Everyone's wearing yellow like us.
yellow. Everyone's I'm wearing yellow.
Side note, Keighty and I both showed up dressed for each other in yellow. The exact same color.
I know. It's also very preppy,
Yeah,
too.
we
Look
were
at
really
us.
preppy for each other. I know. What are we trying to prove? I love
Who
it.
are we? Trad wives? We wish. Oh, God.
We wish. I'm
We wish.
obsessed. Okay. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So you're at you're hosting a gingham. You're hosting a dinner party. It's gingham. It's yellow. It's sophisticated. People are using their pinkies to drink out of teacups.
Yes, people are there because they want to, not because they feel like they have to. They're there because they want a quality, fun experience rather than just like, a buffet where they're stuffing themselves and they leave exhausted and full. I'm still really trying to claw at this analogy.
No, but I would also say people are there because they're excited about the other people that you may have invited versus like just going to like a networking event.
Yeah.
Like they chose this over the other event because they know that there's going to be quality, like 2 feet on the ground humans.
Yes. And so I feel like I'm in a place mentally and physically that I can provide that kind of a high quality experience. And Harrison and I moved into this awesome little back house, kind of like how we started with Tight Club when I lived in the coach house.
Cool.
And it's got a backyard, and I have kind of kitted it out to be my backyard gym. I also have a Breville espresso machine, which somehow, somewhere along the lines, became Keighty's Cafe.
I'm obsessed. We're really like melding into the same human.
Yes, it's my backyard training experience, but it's Keighty's Cafe. I made stickers. I bought the Tossware sexy compostable like rounded bottom cups, and that's my merch. You will get an iced matcha and you'll have your workout and you're going to leave feeling like you were really well taken care of, and it was a wonderful experience. Similar to a private dining experience.
I'm obsessed. I feel, first of all, like, wow, Ventura is very lucky to get to experience this version of you. I actually think they're almost they get to like almost have, like, dare I say, like a better version of the Keighty that we already had, because you are now like doing it. You've like you said, you've learned so much. And now you're even more intentional about it. And they get the 40-year-old version of what you created for us, which like we all know
dare you?
is the better, is like the top tier experience. But wow, I love that you've like come back to this. And like, I don't know, sorry, I'm like not articulating properly because, obviously, but when I hear you describe this, I'm like, all I can feel actually the first thing that I thought was, oh my God, I need to book a flight to go visit her ASAP because I need to experience this. Like what you're describing actually to me is like a version of like handwritten letters that we just aren't experiencing anymore in this world. And I think we're all craving. There's so much connection with like quotation marks in the world, but like there's no connection, you know? And I think that you, again, once again, are creating that in such an authentic way. Like you're not doing this to be a millionaire. You're literally doing this because, and like hopefully you do become a millionaire, but like you're literally doing this because it is honestly like what you do best in this world. Like you are so authentic in it, Keighty.
Oh,
That's so cool.
Keighty.
I'm jealous of those people who get to come. So, and I love the name. It's amazing. And I loved and you have like, am I making this up? Is it real grass or turf?
It's turf. It's not.
That in itself is amazing. I'm obsessed.
Do you want to see?
Yeah.
It's right out. I just got a bunch of new equipment that I'm like setting up right now, but I'm building a box and there's a squat rack back there.
Cool.
And next week's a big week actually.
Why?
Because I'm launching my official drop-in program. Because let me tell you, I forgot how annoying it is to have to manage like personal training clients through text. So I'm like, fuck this. I'm just going to build out a small group training program, 6 weeks, 4 classes a day, 3 people per class. Sign up. Don't text me.
Cool. I love it.
We'll talk when you get here.
So do you feel that like fire in you again about launches and getting to create something?
Yes, and it's scary again too.
Is it scary?
Yeah.
Were you scared before when you were doing Tight Club?
You know, that was such a insane ignorance is bliss time. You don't know how hard it can be when you're doing it your first time. The second time around, you're so much smarter and you know how high it can be and how low it can get. And so you're just so much more informed, which when you're smart, you make informed choices. I am trying my best to make the most informed choices, not only for my own health and wellness, but to do something kind of different out there. And I hope it lands. Like, I hope it resonates. You know, you have all those doubts that like anyone has when they do something new. Like, don't you get those feelings when you're opening up a new store in a new neighborhood? Like, what's it like for you?
No, something's wrong with me. I don't get I guess I was scared at like 4 a.m., like in the middle of the night about things. But I get it. My brain, I think I'm the ideas and the excitement kind of doesn't leave room for the other stuff. And it's actually, it's not a naive thing. It's just like, I love, like, even I did this, I'm sure you saw like this closet sale like last month.
Yeah.
And like, it became my entire life for like just 24 hours. But I literally made like signage, I made branding, I made like a custom matcha recipe. And like what's wrong with me? I don't know. But like the level, I think I have a lot of ideas, energy and creativity. And to get to channel it is actually like like it's just fulfilling for me.
Yes. So you get nervous when you feel, or maybe you get nervous or you feel anxious when you don't have a channel, when the doors close and you're like, get this energy out of me. I got to put it somewhere.
Yeah. I get nervous. I do like logistics, like real life stuff does make me nervous, but truly only in the middle of the night when I'm like, oh, fuck, like, I don't know, but then it all just becomes numbers. And at one point, like when you're just borrowing money from the bank, it's like, it's all just money. And I know I haven't been on the other side of it where I have to like necessarily pay, like I'm paying it off, but it's part of my day to day. I don't know. I guess I'm just like, it's all kind of, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. Truly in the middle of the night, I'm like, oh my God, why do I think I can do this? Why am I doing this? What's wrong with me? Like the imposter syndrome is really real. But during the day when I'm kind of like firing on all cylinders, I'm just like pretty focused and excited and driven by like what I get to execute on, if that makes sense.
That's really cool. God, I need a little bit of that. Also, I was just thinking we should do a Keighty's Cafe takeover, a Keighty Riddell.
I'm so into it, but I really mean it when I say like, I was just in LA like 2 months ago and I'm really mad I didn't come visit you. I was only there for like 3 days or 2 days, but I want to come and be a part of this. Like you have no idea.
I just want to put it out there to you, Keighty, and to any of our friends in BC listening. Don't fly into LA, fly to Santa Barbara. It's the
Cool.
best small. I'm not sponsored by them at all. I can't even afford to fly out of it. But Santa Barbara is the best airport. It's small, it's cute, it's very pretty, and it's like only 40 minutes away from my house. So
From
I will
Keighty's Cafe.
it's 40 minutes away from Keighty's Cafe, and I will pick you up.
Wait, you know what you should do is, okay, wait, I'm also being reminded right now of like one of the other last times we hung. It wasn't like during COVID. I don't know. You, me, and my brother just like literally building businesses. Like randomly, we were together in a beer garden and we literally like had like between you, me, and my brother, we had so many ideas on like every type of business we could build together essentially. And like we built everything up. But I'm tapping into that again. And like, I feel like I feel like there's a way to do like an Airbnb or like rent a room in your place. Cause I do think a lot of people from Vancouver will want to come up and like actually experience Keighty's Cafe. So if you rented a room out and like kind of did like a full all inclusive deal where you get to like, yeah, I don't know, just throwing
Pick
it
up
out
from
there.
the airport.
Yeah.
Sleep in my house.
Yeah.
Work out in the gym.
Yeah.
I'll make you lattes.
Yeah.
I'll take you surfing.
Yeah. Wait, it's a 24-hour thing and then you kick them out. Like you want nothing to do with them after 24 hours. Like, and then they can go and do Santa Barbara, they can go do LA, like do their thing, but that's not on you.
Well, this is a great segue
Okay,
into
let's hear
another cool thing that I'm a part of right now. So when you said invitations, like hard copy invitations, this is like getting real mail. Literally in, I don't know what, it must have been June. So actually about 6 months ago, a girlfriend of mine approached me and she's like, Keighty, I have a dream. I've read this book. It's called The Art of Gathering. And I'm like, oh my God, that's one of my favorite books. Anyone out there who's like into gathering people, whether it's for your own personal experiences or weddings or funerals, anything where people come together, read The Art of Gathering by Priya Parker. Anyways, Emily was like,
I can't wait. Cause you know, I feel like one of my things in life is about creating experiences for people. So I am I need to read this.
Awesome. I just listened to it. It was great. She's like, I'm obsessed. She's like, I just had a baby. She'd be kind of an awesome person to talk to on this podcast. Actually, she's like, I just had a baby. I'm coming out of, heads down baby life. And I have this new baby inside me that's exploding, that is wanting to gather women together for big experiences that are silly and fun. And I'm like, you have picked the right person to.
You're like, I did that every single day, 5 times a day.
Yeah. And so she has started an experiential business called You Know Me. And
obsessed.
She has such good taste. She's also a stylist. Her is gifting. So the gift packages that people get on these experiences are insane. But we've done one experience so far based on self-love in intimate and very silly ways, not sexual, more self-love and intimacy with yourself. Again, not sex. But we have just launched summer camp themed retreat, which is at Lake Arrowhead, which is about 3 hours away from us in Ventura. And just think like adult women's summer camp, luxury cabin, comfortable beds, fitness by me, massage therapist on site, private chef, themed dinners, dress up parties, and like making forts and being a kid, tapping into your inner child again. And it's going to be so fucking rad. And if I were to like promote one thing on this, yes, it's Keighty's Cafe, but it's actually called Camp Return because it's going to be so unique and so memorable.
Okay, I'm amazing. Let's put the link in the show notes. I have so many questions, but first of all, what I love about this is it feels like so anti the retreats we know of for the past like 10 years, Like It's not like everyone showing up trying to be like something they're not. It's like actually show up and try to be also something you're not in their day to day and just like let it all go. And like how how are you going to foster like an environment? Like, how do you do this? Because I know you'll do this innately, but like just making sure people just show up and just like shed all the like pretense and just like show up and like be goofy and have fun and like tell fart jokes, you know? Like
Oh
what
my God,
like
Katie.
how are you going to foster like how do you do that? Because I do find even when I have people on the podcast, like I have a rule, like I hate all that. Like I hate panels where everyone's just like perfect. And I'm usually the ones like, sorry, I'm so hungover. I don't even know if this answer is making sense. But those are the people I want more of, to be honest, is just like people who are just like real and like I don't want the canned response. So that's really
Yes.
important to me. I find it hard to get to that level of people, but like how do you do that?
Like, it's so hard.
Mm-hmm.
It needs to be modeled.
Mm-hmm.
I think that when the people who are leading an experience come off as like perfect, pristine humans, it makes
Yeah.
it really, and who aren't modeling that sort of like silliness, goofiness, openness, then there's no way that you're going to do it. So I think modeling has to happen. The people leading the experiences need to embody that spirit. It's also in the programming.
Cool. Mm-hmm.
The last experience that we did, literally something that we learned in the art of gathering when it comes to public speaking, there's a whole section on giving toasts. And oftentimes giving toasts obviously is like at a dinner party is an example of public speaking. Nobody likes public speaking, probably except for you and me. I don't mind it. I'm sure
Well,
you're great at
yeah,
it.
I mean, it's like it's if you want to be famous, you gotta love public
Yes, you
speaking.
have to be good at it, but you create some like healthy competition and you have to. So, for example, we had this challenge within this experience that if you were the last person to give a toast, then you had to take home the garbage, like literally take home the bag of garbage. And the toast theme was telling a story of the time where you sharted.
I love it. I'm obsessed.
And it
Okay,
was
so that
like,
just like sets the tone.
yes, that sets the tone there. Yes, we're going to be talking about, poopy underwear. And then after, like, instead of clapping, we all had to go,
Wait, that didn't translate over the mic.
we all had to make a big fart sound. So
Okay.
instead of clapping and cheering, we all had to go,
I don't know why it's not going on the mic. I feel like we have some weird filter where it like doesn't allow like
that's
fart.
hilarious.
Who knows why it's not coming on? But my horoscope for my 40th birthday, actually for the year, was like it's time to have fun. It's time to be a kid, like graffiti on the walls, like do weird dancing, make out with whoever. It was literally just all about that. And I feel like I'm like, okay, I feel so motivated by my horoscope for my 40th year. I was like, all right, game on, bitches. I'm going to fucking be a child this year.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Yeah.
40 is the new 12.
Yes. Oh my God. Into it. Okay, wait. Well, you still have 3 more years. So like slow the fuck down. You're not 40 yet.
That's right.
I'm here. I'm the one who gets to be 40.
Yeah, this is you. This is your year.
Okay, this is amazing. I'm realizing we're coming to the end of our hour here, and I still feel like we have so much more to catch up about. So we're going to end this episode here. We have never before done this on Not Your Mommy. We're going to end part 1 here, and you guys can tune in next Wednesday for Fart 2. That is so
Fart 2.
That is so perfect. We're going to end it right there. Come back for Part 2. We're finally going to get into the teaser that Keighty keeps giving us about her stroke. And we need to finally understand what happened there, and who knows where else we'll go. But Part 2 next Wednesday.